story from the project. Innocent black man. Let me be clear. Damn, man. The story from the project. Innocent black man.
What up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Small Account Challenge. Today is day number 62. Class is in session today, so at the end of this video, stick around because I'm going to be talking about the different kind of orders you can place within the market and what each mean. And as you can see, I'm wearing green, so you know what that means. It's Money Mondays, and on Money Mondays, we take it to the house for the spouse. When I opened up the pre-market this morning, all I saw was a lot of red. Everything gapping down because the market has been trending downward. I've been doing a lot of homework over the weekends about trends, and I really want to attack that this year. So anyway, we was able to pull out a nice green day, and I'm gonna tell you exactly how we pulled it out in today's midday market recap. All right, y'all. So let's go over the trades from this morning. I got to my desk kind of late this morning, so I kind of missed the open, missed about the first 3 or 4 minutes of the open, which I don't like to do, though I did see the pre-market, but in between that time and when the market opened, I was a little bit busy, but I did get back in time to start making some moves. My first trade of the day, I looked at Nvidia because that one was one of the ones I saw in the pre-market had gapped down pretty heavy, so I knew eyeballs would be there. And like I said, I want to really begin to focus my attention on 1 to 2 stocks versus a whole bunch of stocks. Of course, you know SPY is going to be one of them. Anyway, let's pull the chart up. My first trade was Nvidia. Let's pull the chart up. All right, so on my first trade, I got into this. My first trade was at 9:35 on the 5-minute chart. 9:35. I took a loss on this one. I tried to catch this to the downside because of the energy. The market was pretty much red after this green candle. I thought the bulls would take control. They did not. It came down here, and we had to actually it popped down for a little bit lower wick. Then it started to pop up. And we had to stop out. We actually had our stop order already placed, and it popped us out, and we lost about $12 on that trade. I was like, all right, cool. You know I don't like the trade from a position of handicap with the first trade being a loss, but I also had gave that to me being late to the market, so I was like, all right, cool. So maybe we can catch it back on the next one. On my next trade, which was 9:36, the very next candle, I also took a loss. This one was a little bit bigger. And this one was hard, a little bit tougher to trade because I'm looking for things to go back down to the downside because I don't like to fight the market, and I know the trend is heading downward. So as it pops down, I'm thinking we're gonna be good, but it immediately popped back up. And as you can see here, this candle was a big candle of indecision. Nobody was in control, but it is a red candle, meaning so it opened up, it closed a little bit lower than it opened up, but it wasn't enough for us to make a little profit on that. And because of that pop, it popped us out again, and that's how we end up taking a loss on that one. So now we're down. We lost about 25 on that one. So now we're down almost about $30 on the day. But once again, I'm learning even more to keep my cool, because when you don't have a pulse on the market, which is why getting to my desk pretty early and being set ready to go really helps me to see how things are moving. But sometimes that's not the case. You gotta take care, like I said, family stuff. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. So anyway, on my next trade, I said I might just keep your cool, let things play out for a little while and see what happens. This one was also on the video, and now I waited a couple more candles to see what direction and who was in control. This one was at 9:53 to the upside. Here we go. Let's look at this chart here. 9:53. Right around here. Okay. After this candle closed at 9:50. So then on the next candle, I knew then after it hit this moving average, we had some support there, and it starts to ride up, and I jump in and ride it up, and that was our first win of the day. We didn't catch much. That was only for about $6, but now we're in recovery mode, and now I feel I'm getting in tune with the market, because now I'm starting to see, okay, cool. I'm starting to get into a little bit of a dance with it almost, but now I'm getting the pulse. So So on my next trade, which was on SPY, and this is the one I'm really going to hone in on pretty much every day. I'm just going to pay attention to this one for my trends, for my bigger trends, and for my day trading. I may step off a little bit, but for the most part, I'm gonna really watch this one. Anyway, we jumped in the spot. Let's pull the chart up. We jumped into this one. Yes, we jumped into this one at around 10 o'clock. And this one, we actually was green on this trade as well. 10 o'clock. And this one was to the downside, right? Because now I'm in tune now, because I know NVIDIA also is a part of this ETF. So I know now if NVIDIA is starting to do what it's doing, so now I know SPY is doing what it's doing, because they kind of, like you said, NVIDIA is one of the stocks within SPY. So anyway, at 10 o'clock, I catch it to the downside. It pops up, and then it begins to fade off. I jump in, ride it down a little bit, and we able to catch a nice move on this one for about $16. But we wasn't finished. Remember, we were still down, but now we recovered $6 plus the $16, and now we almost and back to green on the day. And my last trade of the day was also on SPY to the downside, because now, like I said, I got a feeling for it. I'm in the pulse of it. I'm buying it out. So, and then we catch this at 10:11, which was 2 candles later. I watch it pop up and sell off. I knew then I was on the right candle. I'm buying this to the downside. I get into this at 10:10. No, 10:11, right? At 10:11. It riding it down. The next candle changes over and it flushes a little bit down. And I add, because I didn't want to add on that first one, because I didn't want it to pop against me. I add on this one after I got confirmation of the resolution that the bears were in control. So it begins flushing down. I already added, and now we got 2 contracts on this bad boy. It's right for the nice $68 move right there, and that right there recovered the loss, and that's how we finished the day with about you see it there with about $35, $36. We'll take it up in the $900 level. We love it. We back over there, and we're gonna try our best to keep it over there. Like I said, all we doing is growing these accounts from where we started at, which was like $200, something like that, all the way to $100,000 to $500,000, all the way to $1 million. Like I said, you ain't got to go that far, but our goal is to keep riding. We know in the beginning we ain't gonna get the really big gains, but that's why, like I said, I'm trying to catch the bigger trends, because we can take those profits and add it to this and really start to really attack this account. But we gotta have green days. But anyway, that's all I got for you today. Like I said before, now let's get into today's lesson. Classes in session. All right, y'all, classes in sessions. Let's talk about the different type of orders you can place within the market. All right, the first and most common type is a market order. A market order is simply a buy or sell order that gets you filled at the current market price. Not the best order type, the best order to use, but if you want to get out immediately, a market order is good. If you want to get in immediately, a market order is, I won't say good, because you can get filled at any price at the current, and the price moves pretty fast, so you may get filled way off than you want to get filled. So that's a market order, not the best order to use. The best order you should be using to get in is the next one, which is called a limit order. A limit order is simply saying, I'm going to set the price, the maximum price I'm willing to pay to get into a position, and the same thing coming out the position. The lowest price I'm willing to accept to get out of this position. That's called a limit order. So if I say I want to get filled at 231, the market doesn't fill me until the current market price hits 231 or higher, or 231 and lower. If it doesn't touch it, I don't get filled. But that's the kind of order you want to use, because the market sometimes can move so fast, and you want to avoid as much slippage as possible. So limit orders help to alleviate that. The next type of order is a stop order. A stop order is a buy or sell order that is almost similar to a limit order, but it's normally used to get you out of a position, meaning what is the maximum you're willing to lose to get out of this position. And it's called a stop order, meaning once the price hits that stop, you're stopping out and you're out the door. That's called a stop order. The maximum the maximum amount of money you or price you're willing to accept to get out of the position. That's called a stop order. Now, a stop limit order is simply this now. Because remember, with a stop order, they stop you out and you get filled at whatever the current market price is. A stop limit order is similar to a stop order, but the difference is you set the price that you want to get out, and you also set the limit price, meaning you say stop me out if the price goes here, but I'm only willing to accept this price as slippage. So a stop limit order is more common than a stop order. The next one is a trailing stop order. This is an order that many traders use. Is what they do is they see a price moving a certain direction, and they'll set like maybe a 10 cent, maybe 15 cent trailing stop order, meaning this: they're going to trail the market. As the market price is moving, it trails it, and if it comes down to their price, it'll fill them, but it's trailing it, meaning this: they're only willing to accept to get into this position 10 to 15 cents away from the current market. So as the market is moving up, it follows the market as the market is moving up and moving down, and they're willing to get in to that position. That's called a trailing stop order. And one of my favorite orders is an OCO order. What is an OCO order? OCO order means one order cancels the next order. That's all that means. So I normally get into positions with OCO orders. You heard me say I immediately got stopped out because my stop order is already set when I get into a position. Because meaning this, I have a take profit order set and a stop loss order set, and it's normally called a bracket order. So I get into a position and now I have my profit here and my stop loss here. Sometimes it works in your favor because it may pop up, hit the profit target, and stop you out. But sometimes it works against you because sometimes a stock can move so fast, it'll pop down, hit the stop order, and pop you out. And then it can immediately reverse and go in your direction. So sometimes you gotta make sure your bracket has a good enough width in it so that you don't immediately get stopped out with your bracket order or OCO orders, which is one cancels the other. But anyway, those are the common types of orders within the market. Remember, your best order to get into a position is a limit order. If you need to get out of position and you're panicking because it's going against you and you're not sure what to do, a market order. At least you're out the position. A trailing stop follows the market order until the prices hit. A stop order, like I said, is the minimum or the maximum amount you're looking to lose to get you out that position. And of course, I already mentioned the OCO orders. Anyway, that's all I got for you today. Class was in session. Hope you guys enjoyed that, and I see you guys back at this tomorrow for day number 63. Peace.